having a blessed day. Sorry about my dogs barking. I'm up here with the animals. Um, I got my grandbaby with me. Her mama doesn't like her recorded, so I'm gonna try to keep her out of my shots. I'm watching a bumblebee right now. Oof. But probably from now, oh, till the middle of April, we're gonna focus, like I was talking about, on mental health. I want to bring up some topics that we've been dealing with and how we incorporate God into our everyday life and every situation. I got a dog under me chewing on my shoe. Gotta quit, man. But so over the past year, my husband and I have been through some very, very heavy spiritual attacks. Um, I've had a child walk out of my life. And me and my husband got together and we merged our family. I had 4 and he had 2. We merged everybody together. Never referred to anybody as a stepchild. We always referred to our children as, we're bonus parents. You're our bonus children. I always talked to his boys like, if you want me to be in the role of a mother, I will be. If you just need a friend, I'll be that. But the boy's mother walked out. She had some stuff going on in her life. And then my 4 kids' dad walked out, which now he's back in one of their lives. And that's the son that decided that he didn't want me for a mom anymore. So I've been dealing with that for about the past year. When I say I have been in some dark, dark places, even as a Christian. As a Christian, professed Christian, guys, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't. I'm addicted to sugar. I'll tell you that, and to me, that's just as bad as all the other stuff. But because addiction, the spirit of addiction, is the spirit of addiction. Um, so I'm no better than the next. But what I'm saying is, I try. That's all we can do as humans. Let me try to move y'all up. Can't get my grandbaby in the shot. She's so cute though. Um, but I try my best, and that's all any of us can do. The type of mother I was versus the type of mother I am, I've evolved a lot. I grew up in a very strict household, um, by a man that was very broken as a child. And we all know that broken people can break people. I was raised very sternly, old school, and by the Bible, spare the rod, spoil the child. Come here, Annalie. So, let me get a drink of coffee, y'all. Just got my bougie little gas station coffee cup here. No, but I grew up in a very angry home. I went through a lot of abuse as a child, mainly emotional, mental. So when it became time for me to be a parent, I didn't have a lot of, to drink. I didn't have a lot of know-how in how to be that loving parent. Um, I was very strict, very strict. Abusive, no, no. I didn't. I wasn't like physically abusive, but my way of disciplining when I had more than one as they got older was yelling because I felt like they didn't hear me any other way. So I would yell. And to the point one time, my oldest son sat me down. He said, Mom, he said, I realize that we're not listening. I get it. But please stop yelling at us. Please stop yelling. And man, that broke me. That really hit me because that's how I was raised. And in that moment, I realized that it was a toxic trait that I had taken. Now, there's time for everything. There's certain situations I ain't going to apologize for raising my voice. But like, that shouldn't be an all the time, everyday thing. So I had to learn how to parent without being so verbal, so loud, raising my voice. And over the years, I've learned that. Me and my oldest son, we still have a relationship. Um, and he will tell you, Mom, the only thing I can remember is having to sit down with you and y'all probably hear my ducks talking. I don't know. They're congregating over there. Hopefully they're not too loud. But they got a meeting going on, so we'll try not to interrupt them. But so he had to, express that, and I respected that, and I worked on my parenting skills, and I'm so thankful he was brave enough to be like, Mom, like, quit yelling at me. I'm human. Quit yelling at me. And I did get a better response when I stopped raising my voice. So, if you're a single parent, my daughter is a single parent, and, we try to be that tribe that helps her. Okay, everybody's messaging me at once. Come here, honey, get away from the ducks. Don't mess with them. Got ducks running everywhere. I don't want to get trampled. Um, but, she takes on a lot of responsibility, and you can get wore out as a parent, and it's good to have other, like, grandparents and stuff, and she still lives with us, so we all work together as that unit to raise our grandbaby, and to help our daughter out. Thank you. Are you done? Just giving me her cup. So, I'm sorry I keep getting sidetracked. I'm ADHD and everybody's messaging me at once. But, come here, baby. You can't go out by yourself. Come here. Guys, I'm going to try to hurry. So, anyways, I had to change some parenting roles, right? Well, growing up, raising kids in this day and age, I am very strict. I had a child that had some addiction problems. He had a phone. I gave him a phone young. Probably 10. I know a lot of people is going to be like, why did you give your son a phone at 10? You're the problem. Yes, it's me. I'm the problem. I'll admit it. Come here, honey. I should have never did that, but parenting, we learn, and I wound up keeping his phone for probably 5 years, 3 to 5 years, something in that vicinity, because I did try to give it back, and I seen the struggle was still there. So I waited till he was older. Well, this started building resentment in this child against me. Because, guys, we are fighting some spirits nowadays. You can't be a strict parent in this day and age and not be labeled abusive or a bad parent. Come here, honey. Come here. Guys, I'll be right back. Hey, guys, I'm back. I've been fighting hell and high water trying to do this video, but I'm back in. Here we go. So, I kept his phone for a while, and because I just don't feel like, unless you're a working age child, like old enough, 16 to out having a job, I got to the point where if there's struggles there, as a Christian mom, it is my job to make sure that, you're not as tempted. Let me try to move my camera around because I keep looking the wrong way. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. But, so, I did the best I could. As a strict parent. Their dad was not strict. Their dad went out for about 5 years and got on some stuff. Let me just turn y'all back around because, Lord of mercy, I'm just struggling today. But he had got on some stuff and in a relationship where she wasn't very good to the kids, all the stuff. So this said child that has all this resentment against me because I have grounded them a lot. I have stayed in their business. I am the mom that does phone checks. I am the mom that expects everybody to do one chore and keep your room clean. I didn't feel like that was a lot. Also, they work together to do their laundry. Because how many kids are 18 and leave home to go to college or whatever, and they still don't know how to do their laundry? So, yeah, if you're like me and your kids are constantly changing their clothes or, just all this stuff, you want them to learn what it takes to get those clothes clean. Like, I mean, maybe I'm being I know there's moms out there that do everything for their child. That's your way of parenting. I have mine. In me, my conviction as a parent is to teach my children to function when I'm no longer here. So to teach them to cook meals, to, teach them responsibility. But it was too much for that said child. Well, then this week, this is kind of a long video, but I feel like this is all needed to be said. Me and my husband had left, and we were about 45 minutes to an hour away from home to get a chicken coop. And I know I keep looking everywhere, but my camera's kind of different than normal. But anyways, while we were gone, I get a call frantically. It's actually a message from my daughter saying that one of my dogs, we had a rescue pit bull. Somebody dropped her off, and we were feeding her and taking care of her. We did have her tied up outside. I know people's going to shame us for that, but we have a small farm, and it's not safe to let a pit bull loose or any kind of a dog loose that's not used to being around livestock. It's just, that's just not right. So we had her tied up in a privacy fence setting with her house and everything in there. Somehow she got out. We've been having a lot of storms, a lot of wind. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know how she got loose. But we have a female guardian dog, and we have a male Australian Shepherd puppy. And they were outside playing. My daughter, or my two daughters, was home. Anyway, somehow she had gotten loose, and she started attacking our chickens. She got the taste of blood. She flipped. She went after my Australian Shepherd puppy. My daughter went to protect him. She got her off of him. My daughter got her by the collar to take her back and put her back up, and she proceeded to chase the chicken, and she dragged my daughter through the yard into a tree to where my daughter thought she had dislocated her shoulder. She didn't let the dog go. My other daughter's running to try to help this daughter. She gets and the dog gets the chicken back and has it in its mouth while my daughter's trying to get back up with her hurt shoulder. Other daughter jumps over the fence trying to swat the dog to get the chicken loose, hits my daughter in the head, misses, it's just a whole thing. It's just a whole thing. My daughter falls over the fence onto the pit bull. The pit bull lets the chicken go. Now my daughter has a bite mark or something on her arm. We don't know if the pit bull bit her. We don't know if it was an injury from falling. We don't really know. But so there's this scenario of we got to get this dog outside of the fence. This dog has got to be away from our kids and our livestock. She's got the taste of blood. She's turned. So my youngest daughter gets her out of the fence, hooks her on a tie out in our front yard. I call my dad because he's closer than we are. I'm like, Dad, can you get to the house? We're having some issues with the dog. The dog got the rescue's loose, whatever. So my dad comes, he sits with the dog, watches the dog, makes sure she doesn't get off the tie out till me and my husband can get here. We kennel her for the night and keep her away from the rest of the animals. She's still acting weird. So our only thing that we can do, and it's against everything in us, but we took her to the pound and we surrendered her. We told them, she's a rescue. Somebody dropped her off. We've been feeding her, but she flipped on our livestock. She flipped on our kids. And then they seen for themselves. They couldn't even check her for a chip because they couldn't. There was 3 different ones that tried to get close, and she flipped. Like old school farmers, whoever, if you just know dogs, once certain breeds get a taste of blood, it's not good. People can argue that if they want to. All I know is I seen it. And I thank God that he was here protecting my children because it could have went a lot worse. Thank God they hadn't. My grandbaby was secured. There's so many things. We did not lose a chicken. We did have an injured one, but she's doing well. She's tough. I mean, these chickens are tough. They just really are. And ours are pets. They're laying hens. So we do not slaughter our chickens or nothing. So that was traumatic for us. These are our pets, So we do have a bond with these animals. It's not like it's ones that we're going to slaughter for meat, Um, we just don't do that on our mini farm. It's just, I can't do that. But, and me, I can't. But, so anyways, everybody's good there. Then that night, my husband, we've had another child that we've had trouble out of. I took him to hours of counseling, hours of testing to find out there's a lot of mental illness there, and there's some other difficulties, struggles that nobody knew about. Well, he started acting out really bad, to the point of juvenile, to the point of ankle monitors, to the point of running away and us not knowing where he's at, to the point of theft. So we come to find out he's acting out because he wants to go stay with his mom's parents. So me and my husband, we sit down and we talk. We know that these people do not like me, do not like my husband, and that they're going to be in his ear. But to keep him safe, to know he's alive, we got to do something. We got to do something. So we let him go over there. My husband has full custody of him. So that same night, after all that attack, and I believe it was spiritual as much as it was physical, that same night, he calls, because he calls and has to check in with Dad every night. Dad tells him, you're going to check in every night. Something snaps, and he just gets bold on that phone, and he starts with that spiritual dagger. You can read it in the Bible where it talks about, the words. There's no bones in our tongue or whatever. What is that saying? I cannot think. But how does it go? But words are more painful than actions a lot of times. And he started trying to destroy my husband through words and coming against me and playing the card of the evil step-parent. So not only am I categorized a terrible parent by my own offspring, but now by my husband's, I'm labeled. I mean, this child went as far as I called him a red-headed stepchild. Guys, when I tell you that my husband and myself has been broken, the devil will use those closest to you to break you. I watched my husband's heart break. I will take the blame if that's what they want to do. Because, and I'm a slave driver. Because I asked him to clean a bathroom and to keep his area clean in his room. That made me a bad guy. And somebody's been in his ear telling him that he deserves an apology. The thing about it is, his level of mental illness, he didn't just steal from us. He stole from the neighborhood. People in the neighborhood, guys. Felony charges. He never had remorse for what he had done. So, he was telling my husband that we owe him an apology. We went through this with him. Not just a couple months, for like 3 years. 3 years of acting out, stealing, causing havoc in the home, running away, trying to get kids at school to run away, getting vapes from people when there's no smoking in our home, especially by our kids. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is, how do you keep going when all hell breaks loose in your home? Christian or not Christian. When the kids or people that you're the closest to turn. Just like that dog turned. She got the taste of blood and she turned. Spiritually, the devil has come in our home and he's come to rip us apart, because the very first thing I wanted to do was leave. I felt in me like I'm the problem. I need to go. I need to let my husband, I love my husband enough, and I know what it feels like to have a child walk out the door and feel like you're not good enough. And all your mistakes, because I can be the first to tell you, I have messed up as a parent. Man, I have failed. I've made the wrong decisions. I've made the wrong choices. I've been too hard at times. Maybe I wasn't hard enough at times. I'm just not the perfect parent, nowhere near. But when someone you love so much turns on you so harshly, I was just ready to walk away. I really was. And tell him, bring him back in the home. I'm the problem. He doesn't want to be here because of me. And my husband's like, no, this is the devil. This is an attack. These kids are choosing wrong. They're choosing their path. They're choosing the rough side of life. They're choosing the rough path. But it doesn't make it any easier. What do? If you don't believe in God, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, I'm praying my way through, right? But if you don't believe in God, reach out to somebody. I'm here to tell you he's real. And I pray to God that you get a relationship with him. But I'm not here to force him on anyone, just like he won't force himself on you. Find somebody you can talk to. I'm somebody you can talk to. I've been out in the world and had nobody. I'm somebody safe you can talk to. I will not judge you. I get mental struggles. I understand feeling like low scum. Guys, I ain't been able to work for years because of, what do you call it? Disabling? What did they call it? Debilitating anxiety from the trauma I've suffered in childhood and through adulthood. And a lot of the adulthood I put myself in. I put myself there. You know, I don't use it as a crutch. But I also have a lot of learning disabilities, so I can't just go work with money, and things like that. So, you know, I've had to work from home. I've had to sell things on the marketplace. However, you know, but so as a parent, I have felt like a failure more than anybody could know. And like I told my husband, I was like, I struggle to, not to hate myself. And these kids think that, I'm just so bad, but we love our kids. Like, we love our kids. We don't want them to turn out like the world. We are strict. We are a family, though, that sits down and says, this is open discussion. If you have to talk about something, you talk freely. There's not going to be reprimands. You're not going to get in trouble. If you think something's not fair, if you think something needs to be done differently, if you think you can process things a different way, if you can learn a different way from this, sit down and talk to us. And, that child's like, we can't talk to y'all. We have sat for hours and let these kids spill their heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's people sitting there painting you out to be the bad guy. What do you do? How do you get through that kind of hurt? Get counseling. Go to your doctor. Get referred to behavioral. Me, that's what I'm doing. And this is kind of personal and private, but I'm just going to be real with you. The depression has gotten so bad. The anxiety's gotten so bad. I'm going to my doctor for a referral. I want to go get blood work done to see what kind of medicine will work best for me, so I'm not just trial and error and a bunch of medicine through myself. Finding out what will work to help me be healthy, to help me through this really dark time. So whatever you have to do, but do not end it. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're struggling in a very dark place, please reach out to someone. Please reach out to someone and know that people love you. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. I have the love of God in my heart, so I love you naturally. Please don't ever harm yourself. You are worth so much more than you even know. Maybe so much more than you even feel right now in this season. But reach out to someone. If it's me, I'm here. But God can be there anytime, all the time. Never let you down. I may not have my phone, but as soon as I see your message, I'm going to respond. I'm going to be there. I will pray with you through whatever you're going through. Keep going, whatever you do. If you've got to crawl, keep going. You have breath in your body and you still have a purpose. Okay? I know it hurts. I know it hurts so bad. I know you feel like nobody else in this world understands, but I'm going to tell you right now, my testimony is not the prettiest at all, but God. And I'm here because of God, okay? So you have somebody that loves you. You have somebody that cares. If you need prayer, if you just need to talk, if you just need someone to understand, if you just need to vent, I'm here. If you have somebody close to you, reach out to them. Reach out. Call a helpline, whatever you got to do. But take that step. Y'all be blessed. Take care. And until next time, I'm gonna, keep on praying and keep on pushing. That's all we can do. Keep praying and keep pushing. We are gonna get through this. God bless y'all.